I live in Bombay and Bombay बोलने के लिए अच्छा लगता है. A lot of people say it's Mumbai. तो नागपुर वाले लोग तो बॉम्बे मतलब उनको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा बिकॉज देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स. नागपुर तो महाराष्ट्र का था भी नहीं. I don't know what they think now. There are two people from Nagpur. Okay, so uh, I started as an engineer and turned into animator, and since many years I'm working as an animator. I teach animation, I teach photography, and 2011 I started photographing things, and in North Mumbai where I live now is a Sanjay Gandhi National Park. You know, like you can talk me in the session. मतलब किसी को unmute रखना है तो रख सकता है. So
I
do you know
was
there is
living
a
in Goregaon for a lot of years. Like my schooling is from Goregaon.
okay? So you know there is a Sanjay Gandhi National Park. Okay. So Sanjay Gandhi National Park, basically this old, from the like very old time, this area, not of Konkan, is a very forested, very wooded region, and so ये तो मेरे को अभी पता चल रहा है when I started photographing and थोड़ा research चालू है, तो अभी बहुत सारी चीजें पता चल रही है. But now I'll let me ask you. You people are not from Mumbai, but I start my presentation by asking people how many rivers are there in Mumbai? Since you people are not from Mumbai, तो चलेगा. But लोग वो बता सकते हैं कि how many rivers are there in Mumbai? You
I
can
have no
unmute.
idea how
Vinita.
many rivers are there.
Yeah, Vitra.
We just hear of, I think, one of the rivers which,
River, Mithi.
yeah, which always has a issue during the rainy season. That's the only one we read about.
Okay. And Neetu, Amruta, you want to say
I
something?
know of the Mahim Creek and Methi.
My Creek is Mithi River. Okay.
Yeah.
And Vinita, you want to say?
Yes, I've heard of the Methi River, and that's about it.
I have a request. Can you tell four rivers in your city? मैं थोड़ा चेंज कर दूंगी यहाँ बॉम्बे के लोग ही नहीं है इधर. At least four rivers in your city. Are
For
there four?
me in Nashik, Godavari is the main, so there's
Yeah,
no.
yeah. नासिक में रिवर पे काम करने वाले बहुत लोग हैं यहाँ पे. Hats off to them.
Yeah.
काफी
But
काम
the
I'm connected
government
with
and
them.
the smart city people are not really making it an easy job for them.
Okay. और गोदावरी है पूना में मूला मूटा छोड़ के कुछ बता सकते हैं क्या? दूसरा.
Indrayani.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
इंद्रायणी then it connects to Ullas Nadi ना फिर क्या? इंद्रायणी is a separate river.
no, it's a separate. It does not connect to Mula Mutha.
Yeah, it starts somewhere in Rajmachi,
Yeah, I think yes, sir.
Lonavala,
Like around Lonavala side, right?
around Lonavala side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm
I
going to
think
start another.
more than
Yeah.
main Pune city, it goes more through Pimpri
Uh,
Chinchwad.
right, right, right. I'm going to start my next project on Ullas. I'm going to walk all Ullas Nadi all the way to Vasai Creek.
Oh, okay.
मेरा next project है Mansun में. I'm going to start that. Okay. तो चलो ठीक है. तो जब मैं I asked this question, so not many like you people know Meeti and everyone know Meeti. उसके अलावा बॉम्बे के लोगों को भी नहीं मालूम कि मुंबई में नदियां हैं. So let me. Uh, there is a only answer I hear is Methi River. There are more than that. So there is a Dahisar River. Dahisar River पे मैंने काफी काम किया हुआ है. Okay. कोइसर, ओशिवरा, मोगरा, वाकोला, Malad, Kaswada, Irla, Govandi, and there are many. Okay. So this all mostly all this river they begin their journey from Sanjay Gandhi National Park. Okay, Sanjay Gandhi National Park is a huge area. It's a one-sixth of whole area of Bombay. And because Sanjay Gandhi National Park is at elevated level, like altitude wise, so mostly all these rivers they come out of this forest. Okay, and so I'm telling you my journey as a how I started my river project. So I live very close to Sanjay Gandhi National Park, and as a child, I've been like as a school student and all. I used to go like we used to go every month, at least in a month, one time in a month. And I learned swimming, and we used to play cricket. And so like so many things we have done and very close. But I did not know that was river. Like now, like after I become a photographer, I got to know that ये तो दहीसर river and like that. वो simply water body पता चलता था मुझे. So one day, what happened? I was like, with my camera. I went inside Sanjay Gandhi National Park, and I went very deep inside the national park, around 8-9 kilometers inside. So 7-8 kilometers inside. I found this girl. Her name is Aarti, and she was at the river and washing utensils, and there was a well also nearby. So after washing utensils, she went and started drawing water for drinking water for her house. And so I was very surprised. Deep inside the national park, a girl was washing. So being a photographer. I went there and asked, "What's your name and what you do?" So she said, "I'm Aarti and I studying in 11th standard." So to my surprise, I asked her what how she goes to the college. Like there is no transportation here. So she said, I go by bicycle and sometimes I walk. So that college is around 13-14 kilometers from that place. And National Park Gate was 7-8 kilometers from that place. So that really stopped me, and I started thinking about that girl. And then I decided to go inside that the village, or actually it's Pada. Pada का कोई direct word नहीं है कोई भी language में, because Pada is something, there are some houses which are not very closely placed. They are away from each other, and minimum 10-15 houses are there, and it's called Pada. Even the village is different and hamlet is also different. Pada has its own meaning. So I went inside Pada, and this was the first picture I took of Aarti when she was drawing water from a water body which was connected to the river, and that was a drinking water. So this was the first picture, and that was a monsoon time, and this was how she was washing at the Hisa River. This is basically the Hisa River. Uh, the names are very different for different people. Like administrative name is Daisa River, but people locally they don't call like these people. They don't call by the name Daisa River. They have simple their own local name. Okay, and in Warli language, it's called Ohol. So I was very curious. I went into that Pada, and this is how she goes to college. This was another shot I've taken while she got ready and she started going to college. So after meeting Aarti, I also found some children. They were standing outside that pada and waiting for another set of children to go to school. So I shot their picture and they were happy. And so I was very. I asked them, "Ki, how far is the school?" They said 7 kilometers. So there is a little boy in the center called Vishwanath, short, the smallest one, youngest one. So for me, like he was as old as my son that time. And when I asked him like how you go, they say they will go walk to the school. And this was very it strike me. It was very distinctly. How come somebody walk 14 kilometers to school? And such a like Mumbai is such a rich municipality it has, and there is no public transportation for its people, its citizens. So this was very the turning point of my uh, like it was a turning point where I thought of like how like it intrigued me, and it uh, I started thinking about them, ki how this is possible. Like, these children have to walk 7 kilometers and come back 7 kilometers in the thick forest where there are leopards and all. So these children went to the school, and I followed them like a little halfway to the. This is Vishwanath, and this is how it looks when they go to school in Bombay. Yeah. So I thought of going inside that pada. I saw Aarti's house. Then this is Aarti's washroom basically, and there's more things of Aarti. That's Aarti's lipstick, powder, oil, Aarti's bag, Aarti's grandparents' picture. Aarti helps her parents on the weekends by putting up this stall of fruits and all in the national park. So I started exploring the village. Every Sunday I used to go, but that day also I went in the Pada and I saw these children. There was nobody except for these children in the Pada, no elder adults. So these children were on their own. His artist sister swimming in the Daisa river. Aarti's younger sister getting ready for school. Another set of children where the younger children are looked after by the older children. So basically, what I found there, these children, the parents in the daytime, they goes to the nearby housing societies and work as housemaids and housekeepers. And the children were looked after by their pets or the younger children. And to my surprise, there is no school around. There is no public transportation, no electricity, no municipal tap water. Okay. I can have a separate discussion on this, why they don't have. Yes, I can talk about this also, but let me finish my journey, what I like, how I started Mumbai River Photo Project. And so I wanted to know who are these people. I did not know before because I don't know. Like, we are urban people. We don't try to see what is not important to us. And I was the same that time. And whatever is important to us, we try to invest our time in that. So we are so very selfish people. So even like I grown up, I was married, and also I did not know who are these people. So I found these are so that I found that these are Warli Adivasi people, and Warli is one of the oldest tribes in India, and whole of North Konkan was like forest, and mostly the tribals lived here. There was a survey in 1860, and 40% of this area were Adivasis, and mostly these Adivasis were Warli. So I want to show this picture. I started spending a lot of time there. Every weekend I used to visit that Pada, and that Pada name is Chunapada. So whole monsoon I went there, and this is like 2017-18 day. And this is a very striking picture where I can relate myself uh, to the people who are sitting on the right side. All of my years which I lived in Mumbai, where we make an occasion in Bombay whenever it is heavy monsoon day, people just rush to the national park and they have a party over there and go back to their. So here there is a wall in between them, and on the left side, there are children who live in that pada, and for them, every day is the same day. They are very close to the nature. They enjoy. Just because I was photographing, it was not that side because I was clicking. That's why they were not enjoying. They normally do that. And here, the people from city, they have to make a point. They have to make an occasion where they come, eat, uh, have fun, and they are not bothered about what is happening on the other side of the world. They don't understand only. They only they like this the river or that thing, but they are not bothered. And that's why this picture is very important photograph of my that project called Forgotten Rivers of Bombay, which I exhibited on street so many times. So yeah, so this was very important point in the project. So that's why I started. I thought of making a project called Mumbai River Photo Project. Tell people of Mumbai if there are people uh, who live along the rivers of Mumbai. On the starting of the river, at the start of the river, these are the Adivasis, and the end of the rivers there are Agris and Koli people. So something which was like must have been told through the books and all, but photographically, I think nobody covered or showed the pictures to the people, to the audience. This part also exists in Bombay, and there are people with a lot of uh, good culture, like Warli Adivasi, they have their own culture and all. And I wanted to show the people of Bombay this part. Mumbai is very important. Like Mumbai is very popular for Bollywood, for Gate of India, for Juhu Beach, Chowpatty and all. But whenever like anybody who comes to Bombay, they all visit. If they don't know about the other side of Mumbai, and this project was to show the other side of Mumbai, which exists parallelly, but it goes unsung and unnoticed. So that's how I wanted to tell story, and that's how I started Mumbai River Photo Project. Okay, so I found this very uh, important quote, and this connects to my project very well. I'll just read it. In the beginning, there was a river. The river became a road, and the road branched out to the whole world. And because the road once a river, it was always a hungry. So this is a fact, and I'll come back to this quote again when I'm going through my presentation. How this is reality, I'll show you that this was quoted in a book called Flemish Road by Ben Okri. Okay. So let me show some pictures along the rivers. These are very famous caves on top of on top of there is a Krishnagiri mountain in National Park, and on top of that there are old caves, Buddhist caves, some 2,000-year old back. There was a Buddhist monastery, and on top of that monastery there are some water harvesting tank. And it was the summertime, and this lady again an Adivasi this was very hot summer, and she just came in and to just cool her off. I was waiting for this. I calculated the time, and I saw that if when she comes, there will be a beautiful uh, semicircular shape will be formed. So I got this picture. So I just want this is also a uh, source of like for a Daisa River. When it overspill, it goes into the Daisa River. So basically, Daisa River has so many sources of water. This is one of them. This is Daisa River, where in the monsoon time, where people from city come and have fun. And that gentleman wanted from is from Konkan and wanted his children to get an idea of how the river looks. This is again on the top of a Canary Cave, where National Park is very popular for among the college people, and they have a good time here. And again, the Isar River, very close to dam. There is a dam there, and they're sharing earphone and have a nice time near the river. There is a reason why I'm showing these pictures, and you will know later why these pictures are important. Again, the close-up shot of the children at Chulapara, where they're having a natural like in their routine. I also have observed some things like this, where some political or religious party they make a point that, to show their presence. So this flag reads "Hoy me Hindu I." So yeah, so I again have documented what Adivasi want to say about their belief and faith. I'll show you that video also. So after when I met Aarti, I started following, I started meeting Aarti's parents and what they are up to and like that. So this is Aarti's mom holding Durga goddess statue, and his father and his family actually. They were celebrating Navratri. This was only the second year they've started celebrating. Before that, they were not used to do these rituals. So again, they are crossing the Hisar River and coming this side of the river. This is Aarti's brother who's holding crab, little crab in his hand. This is how they play with the natural. They get involved with the natural surroundings. In the night time when we went to Aarti's house, so they were celebrating Navratri. After the Navratri, the dance happened. They were said that putting up, doing these rituals. Uh, this is again one more photo in National Park. This is very interesting photo for me, where as a tourist, when we go to Sanjay Gandhi National Park, we are so busy. We basically all these urban people they are very thrilled when they go to something different place and they are enjoy they play loud music and they are very busy among them only. And even when I was a student and all, I never noticed this thing, but this was like the Adivasis, they are collecting firewood. There is a young child who is also have a firewood, but this go unnoticed to us. Unnoticed. This go unnoticed. So this is like it's very visible and like when I became a photographer, then only I clicked this picture. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed this. So Adivasis are living with us, and but we are not. We don't know about them. So it's a very important picture for me. And in the national park, there are a lot of others. There are 47 padas, whole national park. It's a quite a big area. And all these padas have their own communication routes. They have own छोटे छोटे मट्टी के जो रास्ते हैं. They have their own ways to communicate. And there are a lot of vendors. They go there. This is ice cream wala. He sells ice cream between the padas. So he's crossing the Isar River. So there are fish walas, there are kapda walas. They travel pada to pada. Like they have to walk because there is no road between the padas. This artist's brother who has drawn some figures, Wali figures with the chalk, and luckily that the tin sheet wall is also red in color. So basically, that's a red ochre on the wall with the uh, cow dung, and they use color made from the uh, rice. But this is not that. This actually now there is all this art is fading away. Wali art is not there, like, and nobody knows Warli. And I'll introduce one artist now later in the presentation. This is uh, chicken intestine wound around that stem of the plant. It is used to catch crabs. So in monsoon time, they just put this intestine between the stones, and they catch crabs. Hello, Vipra. Hello, Vipra.
Yeah, yeah.
How long are we like going to do? Like, what is the end time of the presentation?
Um, no, we don't really have an end time, but usually, like last time, we did it for an hour. By 8, we had
Acha. So what's the
finished.
time now? What
It's
time should I
7:40.
finish? Tell me. Because
What?
start little. I'm slow at the start. Then it will take. Now I'll start little fast. Okay.
It's
So
about 7:43, but
it's
I mean,
7:43.
you can take your time.
Okay. Okay. So by 8:30 we can finish. Okay. चलेगा सब लोग को?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is very interesting. कभी मैं देखा ही नहीं ये सब चीजें. And so again, there is another pada called Tumni Pada, where they were celebrating Ganpati festival, and you can see. For me, there is a juxtaposition where there is a Ganpati idol, and the tablecloth is Warli cloth basically. So we'll see why Warli are different and how the mainstream faith has entered into their life. So these Warli people are, because of the forest law, they are not supposed to uh, rear cattle, and they can't farm, they can't hunt. But now they have reduced to uh, rear the goats and all. So this is Babu who is on top of the tree. You can see here, and he has some goats. And whenever I go into national park, I see him with his goats. When I ask him how many goats he have, he don't have any answer to that. He said, I don't know. So these are some little stories. I will come to the next more stories on in national park. This was an Adivasi day in national park, and all the Adivasis, they are celebrating Adivasi Day, World Tribal Day. I see some little. I like to document small things. There are two sleeper footwears, and if you see in the middle of the streetwears, there is something written in English. So it's written, "I miss you and I love you." So these are small things which I have separately documented. And this friend of mine, we recently met him. So he has a tortoise. He's free. He uh, he goes away and come back after a month. ऐसा भी होता है, तो उसको पता है एक घर किधर है. And this is how beautiful the local Gaudevi temple is in one of the padas. I really like this temple, the simplicity and the minimalism of that temple. So mostly all this Adivasi, they are very open air praying place, and I really like the choice of the color, where there is a blue color and similar like like complementary colors, where what we say in uh, color theory. So I have like when I do this, I have so many questions ki how these things they know it, or we have learned from them, or like who has gone to learn color theory. So, so a lot of learning for me from them, and for even for architecture student, this can be one project where how this temple, when suddenly they come into urban area, how this temple become walled, uh, and after it is walled, there are a lot of other statues. They enter in the temple, and all the Varli thing goes away, and suddenly it becomes a mainstream religion temple, and the simplicity goes away, and it becomes very complicated. We all like to complicate things. So basically, this project has given me, without reading a book or something like that, while just doing this project, I got to know so many things firsthand. Like directly, you get to know things. You need not learn things from the books or like that. So we people like to complicate things in our life. So this is simple, then it becomes any complicated, complicated, and complicated. Then it becomes the layers of the structure. So this is like a journey of a like praying place or a temple. How it is gradually becomes to a superstructure. Okay. So some 3 years back, again the Isa River was flooded, and this is a picture where the a housing society near the Isa River got the wall was washed away, and all the cars also were washed away. So this is one of the pictures. There was a Dhobi Ghat near the Isa River. This is again one picture. This was a Dhobi Ghat. Now it is being shut down, and there is some NGO. They have started. They have made a proper concrete structure for dhobis, and all the water is now treated, and now that treated water goes in the river. So now this is like river inside the Isa river, and this that the river outside. Sorry, this is a river inside Sanjay Gandhi National Park, and that the top picture is outside Sanjay Gandhi National Park. So what we have done to the river is we have walled the river, and when we wall the river, we can't see the river. And when we can't see the river, we assume that it is a gutter or a nala, and we start throwing the things inside. Now this wall is not that high, but now the walls have become very high. Now we can't don't want to see it, and we just don't want to know that it's a river. So when it's not walled, the things are simple and we can enjoy it. But when it's walled, we can't do that. So again, that shot of the same Dhobi Ghat. This is how we have encroached river outside Sanjay Gandhi National Park. This is a school. You guys are not from Mumbai. When I show these pictures to the Mumbai people, they directly relate with the landscape, and they know this is what place they are looking at. So this is one of the school, very popular school in, and they have how they have encroached and extended the school area by building pillars inside. The pillars are inside the river. This is another angle of the same. So after like there was a famous flood in Bombay, so there was a commission set up, and a lot of things were suggested to how the flood can be stopped, and so many things. So one of the point Mr. Chitle has suggested was to make the wall, retaining wall around the river. This is how they are actually the area of the but when this fall, so of the river that new Lokhandwala that bridge was made, it was washed away in the like just after a year. जो बॉम्बे का फ्लड हुआ था उसमें वो it was washed away, but still the bridge was there, the other bridge was there, but they had to destroy to make the new bridge. So this is one story. And Indira Bhinde is an environment activist who is a pioneer in the activism of Daisar River. She started. She was the first activist on Daisar River. She started telling the government ki this Daisar River is very important and the pollution should be stopped, and even the some bridges were made on this river. She also pointed out that some new bridges were made where she pointed out the technicalities of that bridge. That bridge ka jo pillar, it was very big, and how the when the river gets flooded, and because of that pillars, the river gets more flooded. So there are a lot of points she pointed out to the local authorities, but वो उसका कुछ हुआ नहीं है. काफी she has made a diary of it कि कितने लोग को वो जाके मिली है. And some people said कि ये तो river है भी नहीं है. This is not a river. She also showing this is not a river but a rainwater passage. So this is how the people in the government they react to the environmentalist. It's not a river. ऐसा लिखा भी है. So yeah, this is again a picture shot by Indira Bhinde. She's her mom and her dog. This is the Daisar village in 1960s. Now ये रोड बड़ा हाईवे बन गया है actually. Some old picture shot by her on the Daisar River. So this is a picture of in the Daisar River where I saw this beautiful design. I thought so there is something very some archaeological finding I have found. But to my surprise, this was basically when what happens when the river water of the river gets evaporates. So all the salt, the lining of the salt we can see. So as the level goes down, we can see one line down. So these are few more pictures of my observation of Daisar River. So this gentleman, I have a video of this gentleman who is explaining how that lines are formed. There's another story of Daisar River where story of Anandi Bai where this lady is also she tells about there's a video on YouTube where she talks about how they were the owners of that forest and how the government came and in from 1860 to 1980 national park area in 1860 was 20 square kilometers, and in 1981 it becomes 110 square kilometers, and gradually they occupied the Adivasi area. And this lady, she told me about this. And the interesting point of this lady is that she lives with this termite hills. Okay, so when I went first time to their pada, I saw that there was a renovation happening. I did not know Anandi by that time, but I saw that there were termite hill, but they were not removing that termite hill. They were making the house again. Even after in the renovation, they did not destroy it, and they made a new house, but it was still there. So I went after like, when I got to know her, I talked to her why she is living with that. So she said this is all nature and we need to coexist. So for me it was a very shocking thing where in our house when एक cockroach भी आता है तो हम लोग उसके लिए heat लेके आते हैं मारने के लिए, but here they are living with so many lessons to learn from them. We don't have to learn ecology, MSc in ecology to know that. That's a very natural way of learning, and they are actually living with this and following this thing from thousands of years. And for people like us, we need to relearn so many things. So that's again one very important lesson for me I got from Anandi Bai. I'll show you this. This very important part. You can read this. Sedang on 3-4 times. One moment, I'll just start, put the battery on. So if you have read this, कि एक कार आती है, 2-3 बार हॉर्न बजाती है, the car enters the pada. The children, wherever they are in their house, they come rushing outside and stopping whatever they are doing. It a gentleman from a car gets out of the car and opens the boot of the car and starts distributing parleys, right? So now this is very shocking moment for me. I've taken this picture. I was there for some other work at Tumnipada, and suddenly a car comes and all the children, they rush in whatever state they were. They're, you can see they're buttoning their shirt. They were just came from school and they were just changing. And very pathetic scene I saw where a gentleman comes out of the car and the children, they stand in the queue uh, and this gentleman gives them a Parle biscuit. So we have what we have done to the Warlis. Once upon a time, these Warlis were like they were the owners of this forest, and they have become beggars. And suddenly, this gentleman goes back like he has done something great. So for me, like if you really want to help them or do something, you can just go, and there is a way of giving. This is what he like. मतलब उसने बहुत बड़ा काम कर गया है. ये दिखाने की कोशिश की यहाँ पर. So what we do is we think we are like donors, and what we have done to the people of forest. So we basically, when we want to do something for the people, we don't ask them what they want. We like even this picture, somebody has come to their village and have donated glasses, frames, and this is what happened to it now after it. So basically, shouldn't it's our responsibility to ask them what they want rather than what we want to give them. So this is again a big question mark on us, how we understand the society or how we understand our environment or our neighborhood. So during this project, I've come with a lot of questions for myself, I'll say, rather than to everybody, how we treat each other. Okay, so there's one more story of Dinesh Bara. I'm on the way of ending, but before Dinesh Bara, I have to show some videos. The Dinesh Bara will be covered in the video. I'll come to another story where in monsoon, every time what happens in Mumbai, there are a lot of subways in Mumbai. I don't know if you are from Mumbai, you will know that there is subway. There is a Milan subway. And there are a lot of other subways. Subways are basically there are bridge for the railways to go over, and there are roads going under that railway track. That is called subway. And this is the Andheri subway, this is Malad subway, this is Boisar subway, and there are a lot of subways. So when I started like photographing the subways, and in monsoon they get flooded, so I wanted to know why these subways get flooded, because all these subways basically are made along the river. मतलब वो पहले river था, उस river की जगह को उन लोग ने encroach करके वहाँ पे road बना दिया. And see, whenever we make walls along the river, but when it gets flooded, the river gets its natural course and it gets flooded. So हम लोग बोलते हैं कि municipality ने काम नहीं किया है and कचरा साफ नहीं हुआ है, but ऐसा नहीं होता. We have made the roads. So that's how I connect the quotation जो पहले था when Okri का जो quotation था कि once this river, there were rivers and they were become roads. This is how I connect that quotation with my project, right? So ये सारे जितने भी rivers हैं वहाँ पे if you wherever they cross this railway track, वहाँ पे subway है और वहाँ पे नदी भी जा रही है. यहाँ पे subway है, यहाँ पे पोइसर river है. यहाँ पे सबवे, यहाँ पे मलाड रिवर है, एंड यहाँ पे सबवे, यहाँ पे मोगरा रिवर है. सो इट्स गोइंग टू फ्लड. फ्लड होने ही वाला है क्योंकि हमारा प्लानिंग, अर्बन प्लानिंग ही गलत है. आई डोंट नो अर्बन प्लानिंग में आता है क्या नहीं आता है, बट हमारा जो डिजाइन ही गलत है. ओके, सो दैट्स अ रिवर और ये रोड है. नाउ यू पीपल आर नॉट फ्रॉम मुंबई. बाकी लोगों को जब मैं दिखाता हूँ तो लोग शॉक हो जाते हैं देख के कि दैट्स अ रिवर और ये रोड है. बट जब बारिश आती है तो पूरा उसके रिवर का विड्थ देखो कितनी बड़ी है. बट वी हैव मेड अ रोड हियर, तो कैसे चलेगा ना. बाद में हम लोग यहाँ पे, अभी तो यहाँ पे रोड है, बाकी जंगल है, लेकिन हम लोग यहाँ पे वी मेक हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज एंड ऑल. वो सारे पानी आ गया, फ्लड हो गया है, बट वो तो तुमने रिवर की जगह पे बनाया था ना. तो वो हम लोग को पता ही नहीं होता, हम शहर के लोगों को पता ही नहीं होता. हम लोग को लगता है बहुत बारिश. So these are few pictures, few more pictures I covered in the flood time. So one last like few years back there was a flooding and one of the padas was completely destroyed. So we collected some money on Facebook and we donated, we helped supported children whose books were destroyed in the water. So one of the book I got a very interesting picture where we show river beautifully coming out of the mountain. This is what we, the first landscape picture in the school we used to draw, right? And this is how we are being, but ऐसा होता ही नहीं है. This is how, this is very unrealistic. ऐसा होता है क्या? This is again question for me कि हम लोग स्कूल में कितना आइडियलिस्टिक पढ़ाते हैं लोग बच्चों को, बट ऐसा होता ही नहीं. You see, the river is undammed. उधर रोड भी नहीं बना है, कुछ भी नहीं बना है. डायरेक्टली रिवर, माउंटेन में से रिवर आ रही है, सो ब्यूटीफुल. उसमें कुछ कचरा भी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, राइट. बट एक्चुअली इफ यू मेक अ रिवर, उसमें कितने सारे डैम आ जाएंगे, क्या क्या आ जाएगा उसमें. सो अगेन वेरी कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में, एंड एक्चुअली हाउ वी फॉलो इट. Yeah, so this was also a river which is, has become so small nala in a complex where I live. तो वहाँ पे भी रोड आ गया राइट साइड में. तो यहाँ पे तो रिवर इज अंडरग्राउंड एंड वी हैव पुट, तो मैंने जानबूझ के उसके ऊपर एक वाली पेंटिंग कर दी थी कि ये दिखाने के लिए यहाँ पे पहले वाली लोग रहते थे. So yeah, this is a Poisar river which goes under the like underground, and we don't know if this was a river. So that is the place where from here it goes underground, Poisar river, and you can't find it on map, Google map. So I'll show you some videos of I interviewed some people of Wadi people, and they're talking about their lives, how they are spending their lives, how they are connected to the Wadi art. Okay, so this is Dinesh Barab, who lives in Sanjay Gandhi National Park, and he's the only artist in Sanjay Gandhi National Park who knows Wali art. So otherwise in Mumbai, the Wali art is already gone. Some like in north of Mumbai, there are like in Jawahar, Wada and Talasari, the Wali people, वहाँ पे कुछ art बाकी है. Okay, so Dinesh also use organic colors from the river stone. He makes organic color from the river stone. Red ochre, yellow ochre, orange ochre, and this is a prickly poppy flowers. उससे भी वो पीला color बनाता है. So now is the time when you can see a lot of these plants in the river bed of the Isa river. तो ये right side का जो picture है, तो इसके पत्तों से वो color होता है. So Dinesh is a very good artist and he paints sarees, t-shirt, make different things. He also has his own farm, small farm. During monsoon, they grow vegetables. So I'll show you Dinesh and Prakash Bhoi. There are 3-4 videos. We have time, still time, so we can see that. So I did this exhibition in 2018, 17, and the name of this exhibition was Forgotten Rivers of Mumbai, discovering the forgotten rivers of Mumbai. And all these pictures were shown to the local people on the street near the History River, and few more places I exhibited on the road. So this Pawala who sells grade was very shocked to see. He asked me, "Where is this beautiful place?" When he saw that picture of the children playing in the river. I told him this is the same river. ये जो नाला है, मतलब ये where I was exhibiting, इसके पीछे नाला है. तो ये नाला ही 2-3 किलोमीटर आगे इतना सुंदर होता है. तो वो बोलता है मैं 17 साल से I'm crossing this नाला, but I did not know this beautiful how river is beautiful. So this almost 30 to 35 exhibition I've done in all last 3 years on the street in the school and colleges. And again, I'm doing a lot of other stuff where I'm trying to make murals and wall graffitis and all to showcase the rivers. So this is a Bandavali ceiling. This is a Worli village where we made this painting on the wall, and there are these coolies. उनके कपड़े मैंने प्लास्टिक जो वहाँ पे रैपर से वहीं से बनाए थे विद आर्ट कॉलेज रचना आर्ट कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट के साथ. So that's machinery and how because of machinery things are getting polluted. So yeah, this is Professor Gangadhar sir and his students. उनके साथ मिलकर ये प्रोजेक्ट किया था. So now I've started one more project called Hallu Hallu, where it's a walking project where I take city people to see the other side of Mumbai. So basically we have like a river walk, all the river walks, Kolivada walks and all. So because of the this lockdown, they have stopped for now. But we have done so many walks to show the people the actual Mumbai of actual Mumbai. What is actual Mumbai? Okay, so I almost done with this, and I'll show you some videos, my presentation. Vipra, are you there? You guys are there?
Yes, we are.
Hello.
We are all
Yeah.
here.
Okay, so I'll stop share. I can't stop. Wait,
No, you will. Yeah, we can see you getting going to the video. Yeah.
Okay. So there are few videos which I made in this lockdown. तो 3-3, 4-4 मिनट के वीडियो हम लोग सारे देख लेंगे. So and after that we'll talk. If you have some question, you can ask me the questions.
Sure.
So I'll just play this video. These are Wali.
माझं नाव दिनेश सुरेश बरप आणि मी वारली आर्टिस्ट आहे आणि माझ्या आजीने मला हे वारली आर्ट शिकवलं आहे. आणि वारली आर्ट म्हणजे पूर्वी जे वारली आदिवासी समाजातील लोक होते ते त्यांच्या दैनंदिन जीवनातील घडामोडींचं चित्रण तांदळाच्या पिठाने मातीवर मातीचा वापर करून भिंतीवर केले जायचे. म्हणजे त्यांच्या जीवनात काय गोष्टी होतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल लग्न समारंभ, काही सण असतील. सूर्याला आपण पिता मानू, चंद्राला आपण माता मानू. आणि आई कंसरी आहे, नारायण देव आहे, चेड्या आहे, वाघोबा आहे, हिमाई आहे, हिरवा देव आपले जंगलाचा हिरवा देव, गावदेवी, अग्निवेताल जो चुलीजवळ आपले आणि ह्या देवाच्या हातातली काठी. आणि आजी आजोबा त्यांना सगळ्या गोष्टी माहीत होत्या ना, त्यांनी आपल्याला सांगितल्या त्यासाठी. आणि चंद्र म्हणजे माता. वारली समाजासाठी मंचच नाही आहे आणि वारली समाजाचा काही परंपरा आहे, संस्कृती आहे, भाषा आहे, ह्याच्याबद्दल बाहेरच्या लोकांना काहीच माहिती नाही आहे. जर गव्हर्नमेंटने म्युझियम फक्त वारली समाजासाठी म्युझियम तयार केलं तर एक वारली समाजाची ओळख होणार.
मी ही वारली चित्रकला आहे ती माझ्या वडिलांकडून शिकलेली आहे. ते हळूहळू ही वारली चित्रकला काढत होते आणि त्यातच मला पण आनंद भेटायला लागला की ती मीही काढू शकते. त्याचबरोबर ही कला मी पुढे नेण्याचाही प्रयत्न केला आणि मी ती काढत राहिले. त्यानंतर मी एकटीच काढणार तर मग ती कमी काढू शकते. त्यामुळे मी ठरवलं की इकडची जी मुलं आहेत त्यांच्या बरोबरीने मी सुद्धा त्यांना ट्रेनिंग देत मी पेंटिंग चित्रकला जी आहे ती मी काढत राहील.
मी संजय गांधी नॅशनल पार्कमध्ये वारली आर्ट कराय एकलाच राहिला हो. आणि याचं कारण असं आहे काय वारली पेंटिंगमध्ये जास्त पैसे नाही आहे असं लोकांना वाटतं. तर लोक इथेची काम कराय बाहेर जात. तर हेच कारणामुळे आपला वारली आर्ट आहे त्या संपत आला आहे इथं असं मला वाटतं.
So that was about the art. I'll show you another very important for architecture students.
मुंबई हे एक सुंदर बेट आहे आणि मुंबईमध्ये मधोमध जंगल आहे आणि त्या जंगलाचं संरक्षण करण्यासाठी वारली समाज आहे. आता हे वारली लोक आहेत आणि मुंबई हे एक सुंदर बेट आहे आणि मुंबईमध्ये मधोमध जंगल आहे.
This is very important video. I'll just go on online and show you that.
मुंबई हे एक सुंदर बेट आहे आणि मुंबईमध्ये मधोमध जंगल आहे आणि त्या जंगलाचं संरक्षण करण्यासाठी वारली समाज आहे. आता हे वारली लोक आहेत आणि म्हणजे मी जिथे राहतो संजय गांधी नॅशनल पार्कमध्ये इथे जेवढे पण पाडे आहेत तर त्यांना या बिल्डिंगमध्ये शिफ्ट करणार आहे. ही SRAची बिल्डिंग मी दाखवले. त्यामध्ये धान्य कुटणाऱ्या बाया हे सगळं जी परंपरा आहे ते विलुप्त होऊन जाणार. कोंबड्या कशा ठेवणार, गाई कशा ठेवणार, बकऱ्या कशा ठेवणार, हे रडताय, त्रास सहन करावा लागणार. चूल कशी पेटवणार, लाकडं कशी ठेवणार, अशा खूप साऱ्या समस्या आहेत की त्या मी इथे दाखवल्या. कोंबड्या बिल्डिंगवर, बकऱ्या बिल्डिंगवर.
देशभक्त लोक तुम्ही ना, त्याग आम्हा काय मागता. अरे जंगल असे आमची आई, रक्षणात जीव जाई, रक्षणात जीव जाई. झाड तुम्ही तोडून टाकता, त्याग आम्हा काय मागता. अरे क्या है ना कि आदिवासियों के पास ही त्याग मांगा जाता है. त्याग करो ना, ये जंगल है थोड़ा त्याग करो, विकास के लिए त्याग करो, इस हमारे प्रोजेक्ट के लिए त्याग करो. अरे त्याग हम ही नहीं करना है क्या? और त्याग में त्याग करने के लिए कुछ नहीं, लेकिन त्याग में हमारे जंगल जा रहे हैं, हमारे पशु प्राणी, हमारा अस्तित्व मिट रहा है, हमारी जमीन जा रही है.
जंगल बनण्यासाठी हजारो वर्ष लागतात आणि ते जंगल टिकवून ठेवण्यासाठी सुद्धा लढा देणं खूप गरजेचं आहे. आणि हे एखाद्या सोयीसाठी, थोड्याशा सोयीसाठी हजारो वर्षाचं जंगल तोडणं म्हणजे खूप वाईट गोष्ट आहे. कारण जंगल फक्त माणसांचं नसतं, ते झाडांचं नसतं, त्यामध्ये प्राणी, कीटक, पक्षी हे सर्व राहतात. आता माणूस माणसाच्या संघर्षासाठी लढा देतो, केस लढतो आणि तो जिंकतो सुद्धा. पण इथे राहणारे जे झाडं आहेत, जे इथे प्राणी आहेत, आता आमच्या जंगलामध्ये वाघोबा राहतो, त्याची बाजू कोण मांडणार की अरे मला पण इकडे राहायचं आहे, किंवा इकडे राहणारे कीटक, पक्षी त्यांची बाजू कोण मागणार. मायक्रो कारसेटसाठी झाडं कापली जात होती, त्यावेळेस आमची पूर्ण कुटुंब होतं ते झाडं तोडण्याच्या विरोधात होतं. आणि यामध्ये माझ्या आईला जेलसुद्धा झाली, त्यांना तुरुंगात जावं लागलं. तरी पण आम्ही हार नाही मानली. असा संघर्ष आम्ही कितीही वेळा करण्यास तयार आहोत.
संजय गांधी राष्ट्रीय उद्यान जेव्हा तयार नव्हतं तेव्हापासून आम्ही इथे राहतोय, पिढून पिढ्यापासून राहतोय. आणि आम्हाला अशी भीती आहे, या माझ्या कानावर आलंय की आम्हाला इथून बाहेर शिफ्ट करणार आहात. तर हे नका करू, कारण आदिवासी वारली समाज जंगलाशिवाय जगूच शकत नाहीये. आम्ही आहोत तर जंगल आहे, आणि जंगल आहे तर आदिवासी लोक आहेत.
जगण्यासाठी आम्हाला सार हे करायचं, अरे आज नाही उद्याला मरायचं, मग कशाला माग सरायचं. आज नाही उद्याला मरायचं, मग कशाला माग सरायचं.
I'll show you one more. This was river वाला दिखा रहा हूँ, फिशिंग विलेज का.
माझं नाव केतकी भडगावकर आणि मी आर्किटेक्ट आणि अर्बन डिझायनर आहे. तर 8 वर्षापूर्वी मी आणि माझे मिस्टर आम्ही एक ऑर्गनायझेशन सुरू केलं, त्याचं नाव आहे बॉम्बे 61. तर बॉम्बे 61 हे नावच आलं मुळात की हा पिनकोड आहे ह्या जागेचा, वर्सोवा कोळीवाड्याचा, आणि इकडचं आपलं मूळ आहे, इकडनं आपली सुरुवात झाली म्हणून आम्ही याचं नाव बॉम्बे 61 ठेवलं. जो आपल्याला कचरा वर्सोवा कोळीवाड्याच्या इथे दिसतो किंवा ज्या बीचवरती जो दिसतो तो एक्झॅक्टली येतो कुठून हे आम्हाला तेव्हा लक्षात आलं की ही जी खाडी आहे ही एवढी मोठी आहे, जवळजवळ त्याचा कॅचमेंट आपण बघायला तर 300 हेक्टरच्याही वर आहे. इकडनं ज्या कुठल्या नद्या किंवा नाले जे वाहत येतात ते येताना सगळा कचरा घेऊन या खाडीमध्ये येतात. भरतीला ऑब्व्हियसली पाणी आत येतं आणि ओहोटीला ते सगळं बाहेर खेचतं. तर जेव्हा ते पाणी बाहेर खेचतं समुद्राकडे तेव्हा कचरा पण सगळा ते खेचून घेतं, आणि ते कचरा खेचून घेतं तेव्हा हे मॅंग्रोव्हमध्ये जाऊन सगळा तो अडकतो आणि वर्षानुवर्ष तिथेच तो अडकून राहतो. हे आउटलेट आहे
आणि तुम्हाला पाण्याचा कलर चेंज होताना दिसत. हे जे पूर्ण प्लास्टिक आपल्याला जे अडकलेलं दिसतं आहे मॅनग्रोव्हमध्ये ते ॲक्च्युली ब्रीडिंग ग्राउंड्स आहेत फिशेसचे. आणि त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं की आता जेव्हा सूर्यप्रकाश याच्यावरती पडतो किंवा काही जे काय त्याचं डिसइंटिग्रेट होतात हे प्लास्टिकचे पीसेस, त्याचे मायक्रोप्लास्टिक्स होतात आणि मायक्रोप्लास्टिक्स होऊन तिथे पाण्यामध्ये मिसळतात. तर त्या लेवलचं पोल्युशन तर आपल्याला दिसतसुद्धा नाही. हे पोल्युशन आपल्याला दिसून तरी येतं, पण जे ब्रीडिंग होतं त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा तुम्हाला मायक्रोप्लास्टिकचे त्याच्यामध्ये काहीतरी पार्टिकल्स दिसणार. गव्हर्मेंट खूप प्रकारे ॲक्च्युली आपली मदत करू शकते. आणि वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग इज की टू डॉक्युमेंट. म्हणजे हे जे आपल्याकडे जे पूर्ण ही खाडी आहे, समजा ही पूर्ण एक नॅचरल रिसोर्स आहे जी खूप महत्त्वाची आहे आपल्या सिटीसाठी. आणि त्याचं जर आपण एक एक्सटेन्सिव्ह डॉक्युमेंटेशन केलं की किती विड्स आहेत, कुठल्या प्रकारचे आपल्याकडे मॅनग्रोव्ज आहेत, कुठल्या स्पीशीजचे आपल्याकडे प्रजाती आहे, म्हणजे आपली बर्ड्स कुठले आहेत किंवा फिशेस कुठले आहेत.
आता हे जे काय खाडीची परिस्थिती आहे इथे तर कोणी फिशिंग करूच शकत नाही, आणि त्यामुळे ना दे आर म्हणजे त्यांना असं झालं की त्यांच्याकडे इलाज नाही आहे दुसरा, पण त्यांना डीप सी फिशिंगच करावं लागतं. पण आता डीप सी फिशिंग करायचं म्हणजे ते पण परवडण्यासारखं नाही राहिलं आहे आज, कारण डिझेलचे भाव वाढलेले आहेत, त्यांना लेबर पाठवायला लागतं. जवळजवळ 10 जणं जातात एका बोटीवरती, त्यांना 10-15 दिवस जायला लागतं, त्यामुळे त्यांचा खायचा बंदोबस्त सगळं, आणि त्याच्यातसुद्धा मच्छी त्यांना किती मिळेल हे सुद्धा अनिश्चितच आहे सगळं. त्यामुळे त्याच्या मागे प्रॉफिट असं काही उरलेलं नाही आहे फारसं. त्यामुळे आता कुठल्याही फॅमिलीला असं वाटत नाही की त्यांच्या मुलांनी आता या धंद्यात राहावं, कारण त्यांना ह्याचा कन्फर्म इन्कम नाही आहे ह्याच्यामधून. त्यामुळे बरेचसे यंग मुलं असे आहेत की जे आता MBA करतात, डॉक्टरी करतात, इंजिनियर करतात, त्यामुळे त्यांना कुणालाच फिशिंग कंटिन्यू करायचं नाही.
Yeah. So that was my presentation of rivers of Mumbai. So उसको कुछ पूछना है, कुछ बोलना है तो tell me. This was just a photography का my perspective of looking at things which surround me.
Yeah, I think thank you so much. It was really, I mean, it was very well put, and the amount of stories related more than the pictures, the stories related to it have been really good to get to know that. If anyone has any questions, because I do have a couple, so anyone wants to ask anything or say anything, discuss.
I don't really have any question as such, but it was quite informative because I have shifted to Nashik about 10 years ago. But before that, I've been in Mumbai. So, and my family, like relatives are in Mumbai, everybody's in Mumbai, but I've not known so much about the rivers or the water bodies over there or the state of it. Like he said that the Pawala, he said that I've been crossing this Nala, but I do not know what was beyond it. I think it's been the same status for me that I had no idea that how extensive it is.
Yeah. So even this was with me also. I was like, even when I started looking at things around, so I got to know because of photography and stuff like that. Yes, Vipra, you want to ask something,
Yeah,
right?
actually, I would also like to point out is that this is pretty much the state of a lot of rivers in the urban areas. Like even in Pune, we have the Mutha River. So on the side where it comes from Khadakwasla, there was they've done the same thing. You know, they've built those retaining walls, and they've just been reclamation of land with new societies and all that. And ever since that happened, every year there has been flooding in those areas because obviously the land is reclaimed. A lot of the outlets have been blocked because there is a road which has been made. There's a retaining
Right.
wall. So a couple of years there was a huge, as in the decision came a couple of years, but it had been going on for a long time with the Intact from Pune. They had someone who was on board who filed a case
Yeah,
with the
I know them.
National Green Tribunal. And they
Right.
actually have reversed that, and they've ordered that the retaining walls and the roads adjoining the river needs to go. They need to be, you know, you need to demolish that. I'm not sure how much has actually happened. So this is something which we assume, you know, like you said, that put a retaining wall next to the, like if we lose the edge of the river, it just completely, we lose the entire character of the river. The lives related to that or the things that happen because of that get completely lost. So I think what you showed is a similar situation in a lot of urban spaces, I'm sure. But what I wanted to actually ask you was that have you received any kind of, not received, but what has been the effect of this documentation once you shared it? Like, have you received any kind of feedback or any kind of someone, or has it changed their life or the things that are happening there? Have they changed in any way once you shared all the documentation that you have done?
With respect to what, like whose lives?
Lives, or like let's say awareness about all this is
These
there,
children, like, yeah.
or for example you said they do not have electricity, they do not have the corporation water
There are
line.
so many reasons for that, and उसके लिए मेरे को और एक बड़ा सा lecture लेना पड़ेगा कि वो क्यों नहीं है. Because now, even now for me, it was learning and I did not know so many things. But over the years, now last 3-4 years, I'm into this and I've started understanding more on how Adivasis, like history of Adivasi in North Mumbai, how the whole area from British time, it was encouraged, like British were not able to handle Adivasis. They put forest law, that time ka forest law. They made them farmers basically to take the tax from them. फिर बाद में फिर अपना forest law आया, फिर उन लोग ने, and because of this forest law, these Adivasis are not allowed. They like Supreme Court ordered to displace them. They wanted to remove these people from out of national park, but because of compensation करने के बगैर वो स्थलांतर नहीं कर सकते. So उसके वजह से they can stay in the national park, but they can't have electricity, they can't have municipal water. ऐसे बहुत सारे issues है, इतना complications हो गया है इसके ऊपर. तो yesterday only I was making, मेरा और एक अभी एक है जो मैं इस बारे में बात करने वाला हूँ with Asiatic Society. आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट दिस कि व्हाट व्हाई ये मैंने दिखा है कि मेरा फर्स्ट दिस वाज माय फर्स्ट मीटिंग विद द रिवर, जो मेरा पहला इंटरेक्शन था वो ये था। तो मेरे आगे के जो प्रोजेक्ट चल रहे हैं उस पे मैं, और व्हाट यू आर सेइंग दैट उस पे बात होगी, बट आई एम दिस इज जस्ट लाइक आई एम जस्ट वन पर्सन हु इज लाइक आई जस्ट वांट टू क्रिएट अवेयरनेस। मैं कुछ एक्टिविस्ट नहीं हूँ कि मैं झंडा
Right.
जाके मैं लड़ाई नहीं कर रहा हूँ, लड़ाई करना मेरा काम नहीं है। आई जस्ट वांट टू शो एंड थैंकफुली द आर्किटेक्ट्स आर गेटिंग अट्रैक्टेड टुवर्ड्स मी, और उनके कॉलेजेस में मैंने काफी सारे प्रेजेंटेशन किए हैं। तो वो एक दैट्स अ गुड फॉर मी, मतलब मेरा प्रोजेक्ट का कुछ सक्सेस मैं बोलूंगा, या जो भी कुछ है थोड़ा बहुत व्हाटएवर जो 0.001 भी है, so that I'm able to show this thing to the new architects, so that's the only thing I will say. बाकी अर्बन प्लानर लोग के ऊपर है भी, राइट? यस, थैंक यू विका।
In fact, I
Research.
didn't know that. Sorry, Vinita. Warli, as in Warli, was also art within the Hisar or within Mumbai. I thought it was more towards like Dhanu and Silvas and all that. So
No,
I
it
think
was
that to
basically
start with, that
whole of
was a big eye opener for me.
whole of Thana district. Bombay is a very small area. Bombay को भी हम लोग थाना में ही पकड़ सकते हैं, it's a very
Right.
small area. So whole of North Konkan and the South Gujarat, Dang forest जो बोलते हैं,
Right.
तो ये पूरा वारली लोग है। यहाँ पे एक chiefdom भी था, there was a
Mhm.
chiefdom of Warli people, so this area is actually belong to them and
Right.
we are the intruder. हम लोग सब
Right.
migrants लोग हैं, I am migrant and everybody is migrant. तो ये बार ज्यादा स्टूडेंट नहीं, ऑडियंस नहीं है, बट व्हेन आई हैव लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स देन मैं भी तो सबको एक को पकड़ पकड़ के एंड आई टेल देम कि वी आर माइग्रेंट, वी आर नॉट फ्रॉम हियर। हम लोगों को फीलिंग वो हम लोग में सिंक होना चाहिए कि हम लोग बाहर के लोग हैं। तो वी आर लाइक, हम जो अमेरिका ने रेड इंडियंस के साथ किया है वो हम लोग ने आदिवासी लोग के साथ किया है,
Right.
लेकिन हम लोग को कुछ लोग उस बारे में सोचते नहीं हैं।
Thank you.
Is anybody else? Inakshi, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, recently MMRDA had floated a competition to sort of, on the Mithi River. And at that point of time, I came to know about the competition, and the narrative was extremely skewed about, so the brief that's itself that MMRDA had floated, it was about how, crores of rupees had been spent by various corporators in various wards, and these projects of cleaning the river, putting these retaining walls like Aslam showed. The narrative was that बहुत पैसा खर्चा हो रहा है, but it's not being seen as a project. So it was extremely politicized in that sense that they wanted to show off a project. And it's very similar to the narrative of what Sabarmati did and become, and a lot of the rivers in our country, when it comes to riverfront development, that's the whole narrative that everyone's running behind, and no one's really bothered of how do you create a collective ownership of these water bodies. And I think the merit of any of these projects would be to do that. I mean, Sabarmati is criticized for a lot of things, and it is also sort of were mobilized. The project did happen, but the bigger question remains in between all of us who are discussing this: how do we sort of create this collective ownership, and how do we sort of achieve that threshold for these projects to really happen in the way they should happen?
Yeah, maybe like people should be aware of it, and people, whenever the project comes, the normal people who the bread and butter winner people, they don't join they are not part of the process of the planning. Basically, ये main problem है actually. और मेरा like for me, why I was doing this project. See, there are environmentalists and a lot of other people, but they many point of time what happens, they don't focus on the part of the cultural part, and that's why मेरे ये इसमें I'm basically focusing the communities which will wiped out basically from this area, like Koli and Warli. इस लोग की कोई बात नहीं कर रहा। अगर हम लोग जंगल की बात कर रहे हैं तो हम लोग इवन द फॉरेस्ट के जो एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट या फॉरेस्ट नेचुरलिस्ट लोग हैं, they will talk about the leopard, they will talk about the other animals, but even the Adivasis are living, why they don't talk about it? So मेरा point of view, I am I am taking that point. The Adivasis is also the part, and they were the owners of this land. Why we are not talking about them also? तो मेरा मुंबई रिवर प्रोजेक्ट का वो एंगल भी है कम्युनिटी. That's why I'm showing more of the community than the ecosystem and all. Because there are ecosystem पे बात करने वाले काफी सारे लोग हैं, but community पे बात करने वाले बहुत कम है मेरे ख्याल से. So that is also one point of view. मेरा one point of view है उसमें. There is no culture of Bombay because these people represent culture of Bombay. If this culture goes away, then Bombay will not remain Bombay. So that is my point.
I would like to add to that because I think the point of view for Mumbai has become like a very commercial city. So the identity part of it, the culture part of it is lost in that planning and growth part. So if we try to bring that identity and vision part back to, as the city identification, then maybe we will be able to grow the cultural aspect because
Right.
I've seen a case study. I think some might know about it, about Seoul city in Korea. So they had the river flowing through the city and there was a highway built on it. And as we've seen us in our city, the same way, it was, because it was under the highway, it was dead. But then they removed the whole highway and they made it into a park and into a public place. And we say that things cannot happen in Asian cities because of the population or because of different bureaucratic circumstances.
See, anything,
But
everything can happen. There is the
yeah,
will to do it.
yeah, if we have that power and if the public speaks, because I think as you're doing a great job with awareness because people don't know what's going on, and if that awareness comes up and if people know कि we have a strong history and culture to it, maybe we might be able to change it with due course.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning the Korea River. Yeah. Yeah, Vinita. So
No, I just wondered if Neetu or Rishikesh, if you wanted to give any reaction.
No, ma'am. Actually, all the presentation went very well and was well documented. I thank sir for sharing such insightful presentation.
thank you, Rishikesh.
I was very thrilled with the picture wherein the wall was there between the river and the left side had the Adivasi children and the right side the picnic was going on. I think that picture is very insightful one and it was a great presentation. And yes, I firstly when the presentation started, I was wondering what is that hallu hallu. And later on, when the presentation went forward, I came to know the reason of wearing that T-shirt.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Neetu.
Yes, we'll take this forward. I'll talk to Vipra and we'll find a way to get this before PK Das and consult him on.
Yeah. Sure, we can do it.
Also, maybe
activism.
Vinita, since our theme is water for our annual placemaking convention, maybe we could also see how it goes further up to that point of time. Since we have another 6-7 months, I mean, I don't know if you are still going to be doing this or continuing, or how we can take it forward till that point.
Yes, Aslam is planning to come to Mangalore for Placemaking Week India, and so we hope to have an update by then.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do ourselves to push things along. And Enakshi from, if you're in Bombay, you could also sort of help, identify people who, at least to build awareness of this, and that's the first step to, some action in this.
Let's hope we can meet again physically and we can talk about this.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling me and presenting my work.
Thank you, and it was great to have you here and present your work. So hopefully we will see each other again in the next month. The next one is on 16th May. So I'll send an email again and update about the next few meetings, who will be sharing their work and all that. So I hope to see all of you all then.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Shasna.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody.